It has been one full week since the time when I was supposed to have made myself do one of these. And, well, here we are again. You would normally say, hey, it's time flying because you're having fun, but it's more along the lines of everything seeming completely pointless. Time just disappearing without a trace, like it used to once upon a time when I didn't much care for the world. I think that I've also been slipping from my personal habits that I've been trying to keep myself in to improve because they seem less important to upkeep as well. And I would then assume, as an outsider, that that means that they're even more important to upkeep if they are something that I have been ignoring but used to be part of my mainstays in terms of what I deemed worth doing. So, I find myself simultaneously free to do whatever I want and contemplating the worthiness of doing any particular thing, which is a stupid combination and a worthless combination because it serves neither end properly. And I know I've been trying to aim for something as a median or a middle point between two extremes, but this now is causing a different type of chaos where I'm now trying to find the absolute middle, which is an impossible feat, as that is something that is constantly changing along with every other value in the world. They change because people change. And it is a relatively hard thing to make note of if you are only paying attention to what is rather than what could be or will be. So then you give yourself infinite variables, and that is too many to calculate for anyone. And then you end up going along the lines of theoretics, of mathematical what ifs, which gives you things such as multiverse theory. What if every version of every possible outcome has existed and or does exist somewhere? You end up going into a very tedious, no matter how much you worry, it does not make things better or worse. It does not particularly change anything if you're to worry. It does not make things particularly different. Even now, I'm noticing that there has been a distinct change in the way that, for instance, the recording software functions compared to how it would normally. There was just, I had this strangest inkling and paused the recording, went back and checked, and there was about a minute of time that got compressed into nothing because I don't know why. Probably my computer is getting a little bit old, doesn't really know how to keep up with the times anymore. And it seems like any amount of time could have spanned between the moments I'm just mentioning and now. And that was only a fragment of a second, or it could have been hours, or days, or a week, even. In fact, you could internalize that this is the continuation of a thought process from last week that never got completed, therefore wasn't considered worthy enough to be uploaded by the creator, which is a self-defeating thought again, because the entire purpose of this was for me to prove to myself that no matter what I say and do, no matter how I go about life, it is worth cataloging what I do. Even if I'm talking in some cryptic clues because I'm trying to keep other people from stealing some imagined form of useful information from me. It doesn't make a difference whether I say the truth outright or I speak in riddles that I will probably forget myself. Ultimately, what ends up mattering is my state of mind, because reality is forged by the observer. So, how does one then gain a stronger understanding of the world? You open your scope of understanding. You look at the world on a grander scale. You see and or attempt to see the world from the perspective of somebody who has more influence, more sway, more view, as it were.